started on an awkward thing.
Yo, you sent me this yesterday. It was
Fire, right?
fire.
So I found her on Instagram, you know. Scrolling. Riella.
Yela. I hope that's how you say it. Yeah.
Hopefully.
Que mamá se me fuera, pero there's dramas around ya. Uno reverse it, I'm better. Pa' que se aleje de mí la maldad. Este hechizo es puro Panamá. Que tú no ves que yo soy de local y mi gente me cuida, papá, que sopa, yeah. Out here always tryna stop the move. Mix me with the juju, I don't lose in these streets. Bad bitch, you can't kill me. Evil eye and they trying, they rhythm still clean.
It's fire. Beats hard, first of all.
Yeah,
Production is fire. Mixing is fire.
I like it.
Yeah, the shit slaps.
Shouts out to Riella.
Yeah, hopefully we're not butchering the name, but Boogie just tag her
Yeah, that's for
IG
sure.
at the bottom and stuff like that. But that was fire, yeah.
Ready?
Sing it if you know it, yeah. Welcome to a humble abode, nigga.
It is your boy Jotty King,
Akil J.
Clutch Boogie, baby.
and this is
The
WOES. Los Hello.
Los Hello.
Los
Welcome
Hello.
back, fellas. Welcome back.
Yes,
Good
sir.
fellow.
YouTube land, podcast land.
All the lands.
We appreciate you guys.
All the lands.
As we are getting iller with
All
our
the
shit,
lands.
just keep staying tuned with us, baby. You know what I mean?
Tap in. Tap
with
in.
it. That but I want to say for the one that we just the girl Riella, right? It's like a nice mixture between from why I liked it. It was like a good mix between Jesse Reyes, like I fuck with Jesse Reyes,
Fuck with Jesse Reyes.
Amen.
and Johnny King. Can't even front
Can't even
because
front.
she's doing the
Whoa,
bilingual shit.
it's the kid.
You know what I'm saying? So hopefully she sees this and then she notices who you
Get the
are, and
repost
you
then,
know,
maybe we can work, girl. You know, let's see.
you know what I'm saying.
You know what I'm saying?
One could hope. Let's just hope she doesn't fucking body you on your own track like
Yeah,
fucking
right.
Eminem.
She gonna
did
watch
Jay-Z.
this shit like, oh yeah, he's easy. I'm going.
Wow.
I'm
Go
going
hit that button. One more time because it's
Yeah, nice try.
Sorry.
Nice try, buddy.
All right.
Yeah.
what we getting into, man.
This shit heavy. This shit too heavy.
Excuse me.
You want to start that over?
This shit too heavy. And I'm gonna tell y'all why. 'Cause today, we love talking about success, and we love talking about what we gotta do together, and we love talking about all that good shit, right? Or seemingly good shit. What we never really talk about though is the flip side of it, right? What you gotta do to get to it, things that have to happen to achieve it. So today's topic is going to be failure. Failure, and then also kind of segueing into quitting, and I'll actually dive more deep into the quitting aspect, but the failure aspect, I feel like everybody kind of gets that. So what I want to know, I guess the first question of the day is just going to be, what does failure mean to you in your craft or in your creative space? And I'm not starting today.
I'll start. I think failure to me is me not giving it a full go, like really trying, really going for it, and like full-fledged, full-time try. You get what I'm saying? Because there's so many people, so many times you've heard like you don't want to live with any regrets. You wake up 30 years later and you're like, what the fuck? I don't want that to be me. You know what I mean? I don't want that to be like the legacy that I leave behind my kids, my grandchildren, you know, my wife, or whatever the case is. I don't want to be looked at as a person that didn't go for it. You know what I'm saying? Because I can live with the defeat, but I cannot accept the failure of me not trying. You know what I'm saying?
Snap soap for my
I get
boy.
that.
Snap soap.
So, don't give up.
Yeah, I think I'm pretty much in tune with that. Pretty much in line with that. I think failure for me is just giving up. As long as you if you don't quit, you never fail. Mm-hmm. So I think
and failure also like is like accepting what you have as what it is. That's another form of failure to me. You know what I'm saying? Like that's another form. Like, well, this is just what I got. This is the best that I can do. I've done all that I can. This is it. So this is like you're settling almost.
Okay.
Or you just feel like you're good enough at this point. You know what I'm saying? I'm cool with being a hood legend. That's a failure mentality. You get what I'm saying? It's a failure mentality. It's a quitter's mentality. It's also, insecurities that you're hiding behind or whatever the case is. Like, there's so many different forms that takes. But overall, I think it's a failure. It's a form of failure. You're setting yourself up for failure because you're not giving yourself that chance to, not settle.
In terms of like you wanting to be more than just a hood legend, right?
A hood legend. I want to be more than just a full-time employee. I want to own the thing. Mm-hmm. Like I don't want to just
stopping short of that.
Stopping short. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Stopping short just because you feel like you're fine or there's no level that you can reach. Okay. There's not a higher level that you can reach, and because of your own, way of thinking.
Yeah.
I know I can't reach this way because I think this way.
Yeah.
So that makes me a failure. Yeah, it does make you a failure.
Got you. Not because of actual obstacles and shit. You talking about just mindset.
Because people, your mind is your biggest obstacle. Yeah. Especially for a lot of people that give themselves the short end of the stick. You know what I'm saying? They'll say like, yeah, bro, you're the nicest photographer out here, bro. You should put your shit out there more. You hear that shit from 10 people, but that you being like, yeah, I don't think so.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I agree.
That all those other people, they're going to get you so far.
Now, actually, did you get the answer or no?
Yeah. No, I'm aligned.
Cool. So...
aligned. We are aligned.
The reason why I'm asking this is because I had a feeling that that's what you guys were immediately going to go for, was like just like the end all be all failure. The failure that, and I obviously wanted to hear what you guys were going to like talk about and stuff, or you guys were going to say. The failure that I'm more so referring to though is like the inevitable failure. The failure that that has to happen. Before
you're successful?
Yeah.
Successful.
So that kind of failure is more so what I'm asking about. So I wrote something down. Let me see. Where do I start? Okay, yeah. So this question. Why is failure so frowned upon when it's so necessary? Why is it something that is looked down on in a lot of societies and a lot of cultures and stuff like that? But it's something that like it has to happen. It's necessary. So like, why is it so looked down on?
Because the niggas like him that think like, yo, if you take an L, you out here fucking up.
No, but all right, so I get it, the end all be all thing. I get that. But there's failure within failure. What I mean by that is if you fail one time, you automatically assume that everything that you do moving forward, you're going to fail at, that's a failure mentality.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not saying, I disagree. I challenge you with the end all be all. I didn't, if I came across like that, I didn't mean for that to be the case. What I mean is failure just in general. Like if what I said just now, like if you fail one time and you're the next challenge that you're met with, you're going to automatically assume that you're going to fail. That's a failure mentality. Yeah. Just because you failed one time or just because you failed at something or, something doesn't go your way does not make you a loser. It doesn't make you a failure overall. You just fucking failed at one thing.
But why does it feel so bad?
Because it's it's the first time for everything.
Yeah, I mean,
Well, no, the second time, the third time, the fourth time, the fifth time, it all I don't think there's been a single time where I've realized that I failed and it got easier.
Yeah, I think that's why though. I think it feels bad because it feels like they're starting to pile up. Feels like, yo, you just keep taking L's, even if you also keep taking wins.
That's my point, or that's my question.
Okay.
Like,
Why is it so frowned on?
why is it frowned upon, or why do we look down on it so much when it has to happen?
It has to happen.
It's necessary.
I think for me, I think it's like a fear of getting it right. Like the more you get it wrong, even though getting it wrong is part of it, the thing is a lot of people who got it right don't show you how much they got it wrong, right? So when you're watching people get it right, all you're thinking is, all right, they got it right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I think it's just a comparison thing. I think when you're comparing yourself to people who haven't quote unquote failed in your perception of them, it makes your failures feel worse. When in reality, everybody fails.
Yeah.
It has to happen. I agree completely. It has to happen to get to where you want to go.
Everyone's not gonna look at. People are gonna judge you off of your losses, never your wins, right? You're gonna judge yourself. Like, excuse me, everybody's gonna judge you off of your wins, not your losses. You know what I'm saying? Like, Wolf of Wall Street, he said, "Don't judge me off of my wins. Judge me off of my losses because I have so few. You know, because of how many I don't have." You get what I'm saying? So, I like that. You get what I'm saying? People, to your point with the whole, you're getting judged, or what was that thing that you said?
Just comparing yourself.
Just comparing yourself to other people. Yeah. That's gonna set you you know down a slippery slope, because you're no one's gonna show what the losses were like. People are only gonna show the wins. You know what I'm saying? So everything is taught. Everything is taught.
There we go.
Yeah, I'm about to say, but your
Everything
question is still why? Why is it like that?
Everything is
because
taught.
Because it was taught to us. Yeah.
Everything is taught. So
because
that's my answer. Like,
Perfect.
the reason why is everything is taught. So
And when do you realize that? Or
What?
when do you think that you, like, I don't know if you've ever had a conversation with yourselves, like, introspectively thinking, like, okay, why do I feel like this, da-da-da-da? If you have, when did that happen?
I've had that conversation a few times. Most recently, that happened when my dad passed away last year. It's about to be a year. I looked within myself at that moment in time, and you know, I wanted to do things differently. I wouldn't say that I looked at myself as a failure or anything like that.
Yeah.
It's just that my way of thinking about life, you know, I'm getting older, and you know, certain things just started to get put more into perspective. And that was the last conversation that I had with myself about that set me on the path that I'm on right now.
Yeah.
You know, so it happens, but you know, to answer the question again, I think it happens in waves too. You constantly are gonna have that conversation with yourself.
Facts.
Whether it's, you know, every year, every 2 months, every 5 days, you know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes it just happens. You got to go through some shit in order to get through some shit. So like, you're gonna have those constant conversations with yourself, you know?
My whole thing in bringing this up is like, and thank you for sharing that. You know what I mean? I know that's a spot, so really appreciate that. You know what I'm saying?
Of course.
And it's important for like our viewers and the people who listen to like know that everything that we say, like, it's coming from a place of like realness and truth and just like super genuine. And this is like a perfect example. I feel like in our culture, the American way, the European way, the Caribbean culture and stuff like that, you know, you've heard this before. Second is just the first person to lose. You know? There's a very, very big difference between failing because you're not trying and failing in spite of the fact that you are trying. But we are never taught the difference.
Facts. A fail is a fail.
An L
An
is
L is
an
an
L. Like, you have to hold that shit. It don't matter. You were trying, try harder. You weren't trying, okay, try next time. It's the same look or the same view. I think that's wrong because it's
spitting right now. Yo.
Can we get an applause from the crowd, please?
And it's not because like the older generation loves to say that we are fucking soft, we're coddled, we're this, we're that. No, it's just we're at a point now where conversation and communication is key, and we know that. We're at a point now where being silent about certain things is not acceptable. It doesn't have to be. So why should it be, right? And this is one of those things, at least personally to me, where the way that I was brought up, oh, you failed the test? Okay, well, you fucking failed. I don't really care how hard you studied. Oh, you didn't win that basketball game?
Loser.
Oh, well, you're a loser. Then you should probably just practice more.
Loser.
Oh, you this, that, and whatever the fuck it could be. You know what I'm saying? There was never a difference that was taught. You know who taught that? Me. Yeah. When I was an adult. Mm-hmm. When I was older. That's why I asked you guys, when did you have that conversation? Because as a kid, I didn't know there was a fucking difference. Yeah. I just thought losing was just losing.
Losing is losing.
I didn't realize that. Whew. Shit. Honestly, I didn't realize that maybe till 2 years ago. Mm-hmm. I'm 28. I was 26 by the time I realized, like, you know what? But I'm trying, and that means something, or that should mean something, you know. And I'm not trying to speak for the people who don't try, because that's a completely different thing. You failing because you're not trying or not trying, giving it your all, that's a completely different like animal,
right?
You know, that just means that you're either being careless, you don't care, or maybe you're just
a loser. No, I'm just kidding.
You're just a loser in some kind of way.
I'm kidding.
Yo, I'm like, please don't say nothing too fucked up. Nigga jumped in. Oh, yeah.
Sus. You know? So that's kind of just my viewpoint on like how I feel like that's something that should change. But now kind of bringing it back to what this podcast is about in the creative space, where we're so hard on ourselves.
Just gonna ring it back over on this. Fuck out of here, bro. Good. Just getting it back to what we did.
Did you have something that you wanted to say?
No.
Nigga just causing havoc for no reason.
Word. He just trying to get me back for last episode. That's all it is. He just wants to get me back for the last episode.
Wait until y'all see it. Word.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of times we're just really hard on ourselves when it comes to our creative process and result and things like that, and we don't take enough time to really be in the present. Like, yo, like I'm doing this shit, you know, like I'm really doing this shit, and yes, the outcome matters 100% because that's why we're doing it, but the journey matters also. If not, maybe even matters a little bit more.
You gotta be you have to be happy with the effort, never the result. Like that's like a creative thing, but that's also a life thing as well.
There we go.
You know what I'm saying? Like you really have to, and when you figure that out in life, that's when that change happens. You know what I'm saying? That's when that change is gonna happen because you're so caught up in finishing, end result, get into the goal. You know what I'm saying? Doing whatever, you know, winning, but never the actual race or the lead up. You know what I'm saying? Being appreciative of the ups and the downs, because the ups and the downs is what's going to get you to where you need to be. So yeah, you're right. I agree.
These niggas is spitting today.
For you. Cause you strike me. I've known you for a while now.
Since we were in 6th grade.
We were in 6th fucking
We're
grade.
28 now.
About
to be 29.
Bolden middle school. No, nigga. You about to be 29. Okay, I'm gonna be 28 for the rest of my fucking
Oh,
life.
this
All right?
nigga's crazy.
How do you personally feel that like failure has an effect on your mental?
Man. It
man.
oh man. It
It's the Kool-Aid man.
man. It
Oh yeah.
it I hate you so much. It literally I struggle with, mental health, and I struggle with those depressing thoughts and all of that stuff. So when I'm going through a period of shit not working in a way that I needed to, it usually does two things, but the order it does them in varies. Sometimes it'll hit me really hard at first, and I'll be really upset about the fact that I just failed at whatever I was doing, and then I'll get to the, all right, you know what? They call me clutch for a reason. We just make a new plan, adapt. You know what I mean?
Talk your shit.
Talk your shit.
Make
Talk
a new
is
plan
bad
and
shit.
adapt or whatever.
Talk
or
your shit. Haven't said that in a while. You're right.
or sometimes when I fail, the first thought is, all right, nigga, make a new plan and adapt. And then in the process of that, I get a little discouraged, like, damn, nigga, I'm tired of always having to figure something else out. Like, I'm ready to get to a space where the thought just works. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like everything that I've ever had to do for the most part is, all right, let's just start and then figure it out when we get there. But I don't really like doing that, to be honest with you.
No.
I'm not a person who likes to, like even with videos or with my craft or whatever, I'm not a person who likes to, like, have the idea and just put it out there and then fix the kinks later. I like to have shit perfectly as I can get it resources-wise in the moment, and then put it out, and then maybe, if the budget get bigger or we add shit to it, whatever. But I don't like feeling like I'm starting off failing. You know what I mean? So failure to me is always like, it hits me a lot harder pose than maybe some people who deal with it in a better manner. I don't deal with failure the best. You know what I mean? Not from like a sore loser type of standpoint or nothing like that.
Yeah,
like if I'm,
mental,
just for my own personal
That's
shit.
what I'm asking.
Yeah, I don't deal with failure the best. I know for a fact I have to get better with my reactions to failing at things, but especially just the fact that, like, that was probably just mad loud, sorry. Especially the fact that, like, because I did that shit and I seen the level go, ooh.
Yep.
I'm like,
Yep.
Sorry, listeners. Yeah, not to be long-winded, but it's just like, I know that I have to get better with failing at things. It puts me in a bad space. I will say that I'm getting better at how long it puts me in a bad space. You know what I mean? I'm better now at something going wrong and being able to shake it off and, you know what I mean, keep going. But
That's because experience is your best teacher.
you know what I'm saying?
What about you? How do you deal with it mentally? How does it
How's it
affect
affect
you?
me?
Yeah.
Failure makes me feel like I'm one step closer to winning. Now, you know what I'm saying? It took a while.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And obviously y'all know that I struggle with my like mental health issues too, like, anxiety, things of that nature. But not being a victim, not having a victim mindset, like pushing through, because, like, where there's a will, there's a way. You got to have a champion's mentality. I heard that a little some time ago. So I think I've learned to accept that I'm gonna fail, and the biggest businessmen in the world, business people, business women, like they fail.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So you have to be okay with failing at something a few times or whatever the case is. But that means you're one step closer to the win if you don't give it up. You know what I'm saying?
Has failing, and for you too, Johnny, has it ever, like, shaken your confidence?
Yeah, of course.
Every single time.
But experience is your best teacher.
Right.
So that, like, if you realize that you're one step closer, if you failed, that means you can go back and figure out what you fucked up, where you fucked up at, tweak it, go back again. Okay, I failed again. All right, that means that this was not good. all right, instead of looking at it as like not as punishment but as a lesson, that's what's gonna separate you. But again, that's how you look at life. You get what I'm saying? That's how you look at life, and that's what's gonna separate a lot of creative people from others. You know what I'm saying? It's how they look at it, how they look at life and their positioning in it. You get what I'm saying? If you're gonna have that type of failing mentality, you're gonna fail. You know what I'm saying? But like if you learn from the failures, how many times do you really expect that you're gonna fail after that?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You're gonna get it right. You just have
Eventually.
to have to stick to it.
Man.
You know what I'm saying?
Like life is like a hallway, right, with mad doors, and you want to get through the door, and you seeing other people get through these doors, and you just frustrated, like, fuck, I keep finding the wrong door, keep going through the wrong door, keep going through the wrong door. Eventually, it's only gonna be one door left,
One
nigga.
door left, yeah, bro. Like,
and there you go.
And then the fact that you guys, we're all like starting.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. So you have to fucking, you get what I'm saying? You have to just start. It's a fact though. You just have to go for it. You know what I'm saying? You have to go for it. Then yeah.
Who said that to you?
There was a podcast that I was listening to a little while ago, and that kind of stuck with me.
You be listening to podcasts?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
That's crazy, bro. That
Yeah,
shit sounds
man.
like a.
Shut up. I mean, the WOES podcast is
Shit sounds
just,
type treacherous to me.
That shit sounds treacherous.
Listen, the WOES universe,
Deception.
The deception.
the WOEniverse
WOEniverse.
is my life. You heard? But you know, cause y'all be saying some shit too that be having me thinking a lot too. But you know, you got to take these things.
Oh, thank you. Wow.
You know, you got to take these things and learn from them. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
That journey shit was fire though. So I was like,
Yeah, that was good, man. That was good.
No,
Wow.
yeah, that was good, boys. That was good, boys.
So yeah,
Oh, yeah.
what we gonna do is we gonna cut and we gonna take a break. So.
break. This is still going.
Hey yo, this is brought to you in part by the good folks over at SMB Productions.
SMB Productions.
Yeah,
And we're back on your blood clot.
book.
Now, since we're talking about failure, one of the things that happens a lot of the times when people fail is they quit. Do you guys personally feel that quitting is also
Healthy? Like necessary?
healthy or necessary in some regard to creativity? Like, think of it like this. If you can't figure out what to do with the song, you just go on to the next one, but you don't go back to the other song that you were trying to do. Situations like that. And then also you can just think about it in like an end all, be all kind of way where it's like, okay, this isn't working out for me. I've tried, or maybe I didn't.
No, I'm just gonna.
But I'm gonna go do something else.
I think
Is that necessary sometimes or
I
no?
think the answer for me in that is that literally every situation is nuanced. There's nuance everywhere. I don't think that I can give you like a general.
Oh, we snapping.
Oh, we snap. Oh yeah. Like I don't think I could give you a general like how I feel about it. It's case by case for me for that scenario. Like somebody who quit. You could have two people who quit doing the same exact thing for two very different reasons, and I'm interpreting it two different ways.
Yeah.
Personally. So I think that for me is new. It's case by case, but I think at the end of the day, quitting is quitting. Yeah. Letting it go, even if it was the right thing to do, you still
At the end of the day, you still
did it. You still let it go. You know what I mean? Like even if it was family reasons, whatever reasons, mental health reasons, you found something better to do. Cool. You still let go of that other thing. So at the end of the day, it's still in that column. Personally, that's how I think.
So the first one, absolutely not. That doesn't. I don't even care about that. Like doesn't make me any different. You know what I'm saying? Like there's been plenty of songs. If I think I said it last episode. If it don't hit, it don't hit.
Yeah,
If I'm not feeling it, I'm not feeling it.
Yeah.
I'll come back to it, or if I don't come back to it,
That's it.
but
but it doesn't make me a failure in my eyes. It doesn't make me a failure. It just means that that song wouldn't have went anywhere. I mean, and one could say that's a bad way of thinking about it, because you could also be sitting on something that could
gold
be,
mine.
yeah, you know what I'm saying? But you roll with the punches. Your mind is always gonna constantly be moving, and you're gonna want to make and create new shit. You know what I'm saying? And the newest shit that you create is always gonna, in your mind, trump the old shit. You know what I'm saying? Because you're constantly changing. So I don't care about that. You know what I'm saying? I don't mind it. If I come back to it, I come back to it. If not, I don't.
Yeah.
But end all be all, I had an experience like that, which like 2016 was like the infamous year where like I stopped talking to all of my friends, because I was going through life changes that I wasn't happy about. You know what I'm saying? And I needed to make a financial decision. I needed to make a change. You know what I'm saying? So like 2015 was a really rough year. So I didn't want 2016 to be that way. So I gave up. I didn't do music, but I took it a step further. All of my friends were all you guys are musicians. So I always constituted us hanging out at that point. I would constitute us hanging out as us like doing something musically. And it wasn't conducive to what I needed to have done at that moment in time in my life. So I stayed, I was mortgages. So, you get consumed by that life. And then especially when things start to change,
Money start flowing.
Money starts to flow and everything like that. I wasn't making that type of money. And it wasn't like crazy amounts of money, but compared to what I was making before, I went from making minimum wage to like tripling that or quadrupling that or whatever the fuck, you know what I'm saying, within that first year. So, but I had to grind and I had to do a lot of different things, but I gave up music. Like I gave it up. Like I remember I sold my laptop at that point. Like I did not do anything musically. You know what I'm saying? I wrote some stuff here and there. But like, if people ask me like, yo, send me a beat.
The streets were curious.
Yeah, I did not do anything musically. I didn't. And, one could say I walked away from it, which I did. But it's always nipping at you. You know what I'm saying? Like your calling is always gonna nip at you.
Behind you.
You know what I'm saying? It always is. I believe in that. And by 2017, I kind of just got the wind back. You know what I'm saying? I got the wind back. And I bought a computer. You were with me.
All I'm gonna say is, when my man's wins a Grammy,
Talk about it.
he don't want to say it because he don't want to toot my horn too crazy. But I'm gonna toot that motherfucker. Listen, Akil K. Jackson. Don't worry about what the K stands for. Got back into music because of me.
Oh my God.
Because of me.
And
You know that nagging nipping thing that he was talking about?
it was Johnny.
That was me.
Yeah.
Okay? Literally every single time I would see him, I'm like, so bro, like,
Yeah.
really?
You
You
really
really
done?
done?
You really
Like,
done?
Yeah.
You really done? Like, you sure?
Mm-hmm.
Nah, you're not done.
You can't be done, bro. It's
Nah,
you.
you're not.
You
Yeah.
can't be
You're
done.
not.
Yo, it was a weird year. Like,
You're not
just
done.
being around. Like, really?
Man, I was
really
done.
not?
I was really, really done.
Are you sure?
He's like, yeah, I'm just, gotta do this and that and da-da-da-da. And I'm like, yeah, I hear you, bro, but
But are you sure?
you're not done.
Yeah.
You're not done.
Yeah, and I heard that shit all the time. I barely saw him.
Yeah.
I barely saw him. I
Barely.
spoke with him though.
Yeah, we would
And-
text and talk on the phone and
Yeah.
stuff like that. But that was the thing, though. We were texting and talking on the phone.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like we were linking up and chilling or working on music, whatever it was. Like, it was really like he was in his world, I was in my world, and that's just how it was. But
And I thought that I needed that. You know what I'm saying? I thought I needed that.
Mhm.
Because so that's also answering your question as well. Like, it was good for me to do that because it was almost like that effect that Jordan had the first time that I'm not calling myself Jordan. I'm just saying the effect
Are
that
you?
he had. No,
I
the
wouldn't be
effect
mad.
that it had on him from walking away, and then when he said like, you know, you hear him in interviews, he said he actually missed it. You know what I'm saying? Like you get a chance to. My dad always used to say that absence makes the heart grow fonder, absence makes the heart wander, or some shit like that. Like it was fucking crazy, but he always would say it, right? But it was always like relationship wise. Yeah. Like he would always say that shit. So when you do, you know, when I think back to that time, you know, I missed it. So then 2017. He got his wish. And I was like, all right, bro, I'm about to go. He was with me the day I got the computer. And that same day we started like creating some shit. You know what I'm saying? Shouts out to Lou Hayes. Lou Hayes was there with me.
Mr. Bethia. I like that.
Amazing. And now my boy Akil is back. And if you didn't know,
Now he's back.
the
and
K
better
stands
than ever.
for. Because he's shooting shit up out here.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now I can't stop, won't stop, baby. Aha.
I feel like quitting, especially based off of your example, quitting used to have like such a strong finality to me. You know what I'm saying? Like I used to feel like, no, I can't quit, because a lot of the shit that I quit, there has been many things that I've quit because I fucking hate that.
Right.
Because of the effect that it has on me afterwards, where I'm just like, damn, I really let that shit go because I couldn't do it, or at least I thought I couldn't do it. You know what I'm saying? In terms of like,
I'm so mad. Fuck.
Damn it.
Never again. Damn.
Never again.
Fucking idiot.
Yo, niggas
But-
didn't know my voice could go that high.
seeing like other like people in my life who've like stopped doing stuff and then go back to it, it's definitely changed my opinion on quitting. I will say this though, failure, you quitting, being dictated by your failure is I feel like something that people kind of like look at in like not a wrong way, because everybody looks at things differently, but in a way that probably shouldn't be looked at. So like me, whenever I fail at something, or let's say if I make a song and it just doesn't really hit, doesn't do anything. If I'm writing with him, I remember one time we were writing some shit, sent a couple songs out, nobody really liked the shit that I did. That shit fucking hurt, right?
Oh, yeah.
That shit fucking hurt. Because we was in that motherfucker for like 7-8 hours.
Yeah.
Just writing.
It was a great session.
Right? That shit sucked. But, and of course, the thought of like, all right, you know what? I'm tired. I ain't gonna do this shit. What type of shit is this? Like, this shit is, I know I'm nice. Like, fuck out of here. You're not gonna tell me I'm nice. And if you can't see that, then fuck you. I'm done. I fuck it. Right. Number one, that mentality is stupid.
Right.
Well, the not quitting mentality isn't stupid, but just the things that I was saying in the meantime was stupid.
Hurt people, so.
Hurt people.
Nigga was hurt.
All right.
Fuck you guys.
Oh,
your music sucks too.
Just hit the because this nigga's subbing. All right.
Sub.
This nigga's
Hurt people,
this
hurt
nigga's
people,
subbing. Hurt people.
I'm glad you caught that.
Of course I did. Of course
That's
I did.
mad funny.
What was I saying? Yeah. If one thing that I realized though, that kind of makes me, where I find solace in like failure and feeling like I wanna quit and I'm done, whatever it is the fact that if the thing that I'm failing at or I'm thinking about quitting at is causing this much of a reaction out of me, it means that I still care so much about it. Because imagine that happening and I'm just like, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it really for me at that point? Like, do I really, like, give a fuck about it? Some people could probably say yes, but in my opinion, no. Mm-hmm. If I'm just able to look at something and it have like next to no effect on me, I don't give a fuck about it. I don't care. I don't give a damn. I don't give a shit. Sac pas content, man.
Don't give a damn.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so that's something that helps me get over that like failure / I want to quit hump where it's like, yo, I can't because I feel this way. And because I feel this way, it's important to me. Because it's important to me, I want to be great. I want to be good at it. I want to make music that people can fuck with. I want to write songs that people want to sing. I want to perform and have people be like, oh shit, yo, this nigga's nice. Like, that shit is important to me. Because it's important to me, I can't fucking quit.
Yeah.
Right.
Fuck else am I gonna do?
Right.
Make tacos?
Or flautas. Coming soon, baby.
Coming soon, yes.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that was the joke, but no, seriously, like it definitely
soon. Johnny's
They're on the way.
flautas.
They are on the way.
it's definitely something that I find solace in and stuff like that. So
De pollo. De carne. Totones.
I just want you both to know that next episode I'm going to be on one. I'm going to be
Yo,
on one.
Silly Johnny is my favorite
Fact.
Johnny episode.
On one.
Those
I think
episodes are hilarious.
I think we should bring a bottle for next time.
On
Yo,
It's been
can
a
we
while
get back
since
to the
we-
VOP?
yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, next week is gonna be
Yeah,
nasty
next
in
week's
here.
gonna be great.
Next week is
Yeah.
gonna be nasty in here.
But yeah, nah, that's
Pause.
No, I don't mean like.
the hell's wrong with you?
Hello.
I'm about to use your real name, bro. That's how sus that shit was, bro.
Yo, nigga looked at me. He said, Christopher.
Christopher.
Yo, do the people know our real names? You the only one that doesn't use a moniker. I just realized that.
Yeah, nah. I
Apparently.
mean, my name technically is my name. It's just not my first name, but
Fair enough.
you know.
Fair enough.
But I know most people that I meet now, they don't know my actual name.
Yeah, everybody
Yeah,
knows you as
it's
Johnny.
weird. Yeah.
Branding.
Brought to you in part by.
Yeah. That's how you do it. Yeah. Look at the smile.
But yeah, I mean that's my viewpoint. But I don't know if you guys have anything else that you want to add or any other like questions or whatever it is. But that's really all I got for that. I will say this though, for anybody who's listening, anybody who's watching, failure obviously is not the end all be all. Quitting isn't even necessarily at this point the end all be all, because of all the different outlets that we have to do whatever it is that we want to do. You know what I'm saying? We got the internet now. We got social media now. We got access to so many different applications that could help us build wealth or help us learn new skills and help
You
us
can literally be anything that you want.
you can be every and anything that you want to do. But if what you want to do is the thing that like drives your heart and just gets you going and wakes you up in the morning, you're like, you know what? This shit makes me happy. Yo, just keep on going, man. Don't ever give up. I know that shit is a cliche, but yeah, you damn fucking right. That's a cliche, bro. Don't ever give up. Ever.
It's like,
Ever. And if you want to quit, I mean, shit. Life happens. Life happens. But if you don't have to, don't. That's it.
that is an amazing way to end. That was a beautiful segue. I'm gonna snap before I say my last little piece. That was amazing. Yeah, and I mean, just to add on to that, like the one thing that we have nowadays that might have been harder to come by when, like, even when we were coming up younger, because we're like the last era of that, like, pre-internet trying to get it out the mud era, you know? And you still have to get it out the mud with the internet now. Let me not say that the wrong way, but, you know, we were the last era of, like, you know what I'm saying? So even now, something else that people who are trying to do anything have is you can find a community on the internet. Like, it's a lot harder to do shit when you are Tola. Which
Press
one?
the twinkle one.
Clubhouse.
That's a fact.
Mr. Clubhouse himself.
Mr.
Find you a
Clubhouse
community. But I'm
himself.
saying even that, bro, like to people who want to do what we do, them watching our podcast is community for them. You know what I mean? Like just knowing there are people out in the world who like just need to see other people in real life going through it the way they going through. Because we are all very transparent on here every week when we come sit down about what it's really like. That's what this shit was created for. Y'all have done an amazing job of creating that platform for creators. You know what I mean?
Thank
So
you.
hats off.
I'll take credit for that one. I'll
Okay.
take credit because this is my show. This whole shit. And on that note, I'm just
Listen. If anybody wants to know why Akil feels this way, is because the way that we have everything set up, somehow, some way, he ended up being input one.
Some way, somehow. His
Some way,
microphone
somehow, he
is
ended
the
up being
first
input
input
one.
here.
I don't know, man. It's
I don't
just,
know.
and we're using my computer. You know what I'm
Ooh.
saying? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Barely.
I have one more point actually that I do want to make.
We're barely.
I don't know if you guys want to talk about this shit or not, but quitting because of your age
Ooh.
is the stupidest fucking thing that I have ever heard.
Are we gonna do it?
I
Let's
mean,
get
part 2 or
The stupidest fucking thing I've ever heard. We could do a part 2. I just completely forgot about that shit. Yeah. But
we
if
could
you
do
guys
part
want to keep
two
going,
right
we
now.
can keep going. I'm just saying.
We could cut now and do part 2.
yeah, we can
like,
do. Yeah,
man.
we'll do part. Stay tuned for part 2. We'll do a follow up, and
Because this should be off the top of
You
the
got the
fucking
song
dome. There was no
Yeah,
part
yeah.
2 that was planned.
There's no part 2 planned.
No part 2 planned.
Don't let your age fail you. Like that.
Age.
Like, whenever you're ready.
Age.
All right,
but yeah. Well, stay tuned for part 2, everybody. But in the
that one.
meantime,
It's your boy, Papito King.
Akil J,
Clutch Boogie, baby.
and this is.
De WOES. Hijo de su puta madre.
Shouts out to you, Riela. This one is called Move. It's available everywhere. Check her out. She's dope. Shout out
I
to
really
you.
hope we're not butchering your name, by the way, because I'm looking at it and I'm like seeing
Let us know.
Riela.
Look at